text, audio, and video news of the globe from Scientific Television. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with us. Thank you.
Now listen to the headline news. Exclusive. Survivors clinging to capsized boat didn't radio for backup. Admiral overseeing double-tap strike tells lawmakers. Nation's most stressful airport called out in study for poor check-in times, departure delays. Europe can't moan its way to Ukraine peace. It must step up itself. Trump national security blueprint declares era of mass migration is over, targets China's rise. Expert reveals what it would take for Trump to deploy troops to Venezuela, possibility of escalation. Putin says Russia ready to supply uninterrupted fuel to India. Elon Musk's X hit with fine for breaching content rules. Streaming and texting on the moon. Nokia and NASA are taking 4G into space. Princess of Wales hosts Together at Christmas service at Westminster Abbey. Netflix to buy Warner Bros. Film and streaming businesses for $72 billion. Kim Cattrall marries fiancé she met on BBC radio show. Town Theatre hosts public premiere of festive film. When Frankenstein took over a stately home, top Trump department rolls out Christmas tree savings plan, making this season brighter. World Cup draw. Soccer fans find out who their country plays in group stage. Now listen to the main detailed news. In early September, 2 men clinging to a capsized drug vessel were killed during a secondary U.S. strike after 9 others died in the initial attack. Admiral Frank Bradley confirmed they lacked radios or communications. The second strike aimed to destroy cocaine on the floating wreck. 4 missiles were used in total, sparking bipartisan scrutiny over potential war crimes against shipwrecked individuals. A record 3.1 million travelers were screened by the TSA on Thanksgiving Sunday. A study by iSelect ranked Newark Liberty International Airport as the world's most stressful, analyzing 50 airports based on delays, cancellations, security, baggage, and access. Newark scored 18.46 out of 100, with long check-in lines, poor access, 21.4-minute delays, and low baggage retrieval. Other high-stress airports included Lisbon, Manchester, JFK, and O'Hare. European defense spending has been debated since the post-Cold War era, as many nations prioritized welfare over military. Despite U.S. calls to meet NATO's 2% GDP target, many fell short, counting pensions to reach minimums. Russia's 2022 invasion of Ukraine exposed vulnerabilities. Poland and Baltic states spend over 4% of GDP, while Spain and Ireland contribute just 1.28% and 0.24%, respectively. President Trump unveiled a 33-page national security blueprint declaring the era of mass migration is over and naming China as a central threat. It prioritizes border security, citing terrorism, drug trafficking, and human trafficking risks. The plan criticizes past U.S.-China trade policies, highlights military deterrence in the South China Sea and Taiwan, and stresses protecting U.S. interests while cooperating carefully with allies. Tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela have increased as President Trump issued a stern ultimatum to Nicolas Maduro, demanding his immediate resignation. While American boots on the ground are unlikely, the Trump administration has concentrated a significant military buildup in the Caribbean, including the USS Gerald R. Ford. Targeted airstrikes on cartel infrastructure are considered the most probable approach for now, avoiding direct combat. Russian President Vladimir Putin told India that Moscow is ready to provide uninterrupted shipments of fuel amid U.S. pressure on Delhi to stop buying Russian oil. Speaking with Prime Minister Modi, Putin questioned why India should be penalized while the U.S. continues buying Russian nuclear fuel. The leaders signed agreements on trade, shipbuilding, civil nuclear energy, critical minerals, and economic cooperation through 2030, aiming to boost bilateral trade. Elon Musk's social media company X was fined 120 million euros, $140 million, by EU regulators for breaching online content rules under the Digital Services Act, DSA, the first sanction under the landmark legislation. Violations included misleading verification marks, non-transparent advertising data, and limited public access for researchers. Rival TikTok avoided penalties after making concessions, while other big tech firms face ongoing EU scrutiny. NASA and Nokia are partnering to set up a 4G cellular network on the moon to support long-term human presence. A SpaceX rocket will deliver the network to the lunar South Pole, connecting a lander with 2 rovers searching for ice. The network will allow near real-time data transmission to Earth, enabling high-resolution video, scientific research, and future lunar communications. The Princess of Wales, Catherine, will lead the annual Together at Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey for the 5th time. The event, co-supported by the Royal Foundation and BBC Studios, emphasizes kindness and community. Approximately 1,600 attendees, including volunteers, charity workers, and notable guests, will participate. The service will be broadcast on ITV and ITVX on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. Netflix has agreed to buy Warner Bros. Discovery's film and streaming businesses for $72 billion, emerging as the successful bidder over rivals like Comcast and Paramount. The acquisition includes franchises such as Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and HBO Max. Netflix plans to continue theatrical releases while integrating Warner Bros. Content into its platform, pending regulatory approval, creating a major new entertainment industry giant. In early September,